Good morning. It's Sunday because yesterday we did very little at all because I was feeling quite lethargic and rubbish and we hadn't had a day off in ages.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
Anyway, now we've come out to do some shopping, get some things before we go on holiday and have a general sort out really. And the wonders that is Kingston. Good afternoon, happy Monday. I thought I'd show you this amazing blossom tree in the back garden because it's always spectacular every year and it doesn't get so savaged as the other ones. So I'm walking to Barnes. The aim is to buy half a bottle of wine, and if this bottle of wine is any good then the aim will be to buy 30 bottles of it for the wedding. Now, why, you might say, you're having to walk all the way to Barnes to buy wine? I mean, there's a couple of off licences in Kew. You can buy them from Sainsbury's, you can go online, blah blah blah, all that. You can buy wine from anywhere. You can pretty much every newsagent sells it nowadays. So let me explain to you a little bit about the wine for the wedding. So for everything for this wedding, we wanted it to be something that was personally important to us, which sounds obvious, but it's actually quite hard to do. So the first thing is the venue. That's obvious, that's Kew, that worked quite well. And then we've got Kirsty doing the flowers, and I used to work with Kirsty, and it's nice to use the talents of people that you know. So that's important to us. But when it came to the wine, it seemed kind of obvious that there should be a connection for a couple of reasons. One, you've seen us go to a vineyard in Gloucestershire a lot. And secondarily, there was a time when we thought that my family were winemakers. In fact, they thought that their relatives had been winemakers. So in fact, on the family crest there's grapes. They weren't. But they did come from a wine producing region of France. So this is our thinking behind the wine. First of all, the sparkling wine and the white wine will come from the vineyard in Gloucestershire we always go to. Number of obvious reasons behind that. The still white we've tried a few times and is actually brilliant. It's a fantastic white wine and it's very competitively priced. So what more could you want? And secondarily, slightly more controversial statement you might think, but England produces the best sparkling wine in the whole world. Now, the French are going to disagree with that. Probably the Italians will too. And the Spanish will probably have something to say about it. And it wasn't always true, but it is very much true now. Our climate is absolutely perfect for making champagne-style wines. And there is some made at this vineyard we go to, and it's very good, so why not use that too? There's a personal connection. Now, when it comes to the red wine, I was like, oh, why can't we get a red wine from where my ancestors used to live in southern France? Easier said than done. The long and the short of it is, in order to attempt this, I've got to walk to Barnes and try a bottle of wine. So anyway, I got my wine and then the heavens opened, but luckily I took my umbrella with me. Today is very, very April, i.e. when the sun comes out, it's really warm and very pleasant. And then when the sun goes away, huge storm clouds appear and it pours with rain. Nevertheless, I'll be in a country a very long way from here quite soon that really does sunshine and showers better than this. And I'm very much looking forward to it because it's only a few days away. And on that note, I'm off to see if I can buy some more polo neck shirts to take on holiday. Hi there, happy Wednesday. It's time for a quick Camden catch up. So I've been here for the last couple of days working, rewiring studios, all the usual nonsense. Last night we went to West Ealing, had dinner with Adam and Corin. Didn't get my phone out, so you didn't see anything, but it was a very nice evening. It involved wine and whiskey and good food, so what more could you want? And obviously good company, which is always a bonus really. So hopefully we're going to get them around to ours at some point and sort of actually do a few more sort of dinner parties and what have you, because it's actually very relaxing, very nice thing to do. So that was a very good evening, but we didn't get home till quite late. We had to get the bus back. I think we were in bed about half midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that, which was a bit of a struggle this morning, if I'm honest. But at least the trains are running today, because yesterday it was a complete train nightmare. So, you've got to count your blessings. Hello, good morning.
It is Thursday morning. We're getting ever closer to this kind of getting on a plane. And I'm working later this evening, so I'm going to go for a quick walk now on the way to the station like I did last week, which is very pleasant. And come to terms with the fact that I've got a few more things to do before we actually leave the hemisphere. So, yeah, that's a bit... It'll probably sink in more tomorrow. We don't leave till Sunday evening, so this vlog will actually end when we leave the country, essentially. And then we'll carry on as normal in Mauritius. I've voted because the elections are on the 5th of May and we're not here. So I've postal voted, which I've never done before. It's very exciting. Enjoyed that. And yes, I'm going to make the most of the sunshine, although it is bitterly cold out there.
So finally made it into the gardens. I had to queue outside. I've never done that before. I've never been early enough to need to queue. Anyway, here we are. There's almost no one in here because I was in the first 20 people to come in the door. I'm going to try and have a quick glance at the bluebells. It's going to have to be very quick, and then I'm going to have to get on a train. Here we are, approaching the bluebell dell. It's looking pretty good. Looking very purple. Maybe they should be called purple bells. I've never quite understood that. Presumably they're named by someone who is slightly colourblind. Anyway. Right, that was very nice, but enough of that. We have places to go. ISDN lines to dial. So I've got to head back. That was the whistle-stoppiest tour of Kew Gardens ever. There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever on a day like today that this is my favourite place on earth. And that might sound absurd, seeing as I live next to it. And, you know, the world is filled with beautiful islands and fantastic beaches and glorious mountains that we're going to see in only a few months' time. But I don't know, there's something pretty special about Kew, especially in spring, that you just can't replicate anywhere else. And I know Kew's beautiful at all times of year, but I think the reason that apart from the fact that spring is beautiful anyway, because the flowers come out and, you know, get fresh leaves, and it's the first time the sun really makes a decent appearance. It's more, I think, because as a kid I used to come here the weekend of my birthday usually, and it's obviously a couple of weeks ago, but it's very similar kind of sort of atmosphere, and I think it's that memory that probably sets it apart from the other seasons. Hi. So the weather in the last 15 minutes has been completely ridiculous. We've had rain and snow and cloud and now sunshine. April is a little undecided, it's fair to say. Interestingly, this is excuse me, in the last few days it snowed a fair few times in April, and I do remember it doing that back in like 2013, I think, but it doesn't do it very often. Although obviously Prince wrote a song about it, so it does do it occasionally. So this is probably his doing. Good morning, welcome to Kew. We're doing a little wander around today. It is 1 year to the day till we get married at Cambridge Cottage. So we're just seeing what the thing will look like in a year's time, essentially, flower-wise and what have you. Went out last night to Treviso as a sort of -1 year wedding anniversary. And now we're going to have a sort of last wander around before we head off to Mauritius tomorrow. Yeah, it's undressed at the moment. The door's open, that looks promising. So you can see it newly repainted, new lights. Very nice. This is the first time I've actually seen it laid out for a wedding, although it's one row short at the moment. That's pretty good, isn't it? We're just going to have a look in the gardens of the palace. Oh yeah, pointy tulips. What's that angry sounding bird? Can't see him. The packathon is continuing, slightly more ordered. The chili plants have gone to be looked after elsewhere. We're getting there slowly. I've got a few more things to pack before I go to bed, and but it feels much more like we're going on holiday now than it did, say, 24 hours ago. So we leave about 3 o'clock tomorrow. Just got to work out what I'm wearing, pack a few last bits, and then we'll be off. But that is it for this week. I'm going to leave it here. When you join us next week, we will be about to get on a plane, so I hope you will. And I'll see you then.
Toby's